Okay, so thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go over, this is essentially my 6-month plan that I use with my clients to get their local SEO campaign running. And this is just me as a freelancer. I have a couple of other contractors that I work with, but if it's just one person, 6 months should be plenty. You can knock a lot of this out in 2 months if you wanted to, but I like to spread it out. And you can charge anywhere between, as little as you want, $300 per month. If you're maybe $50 if you're just getting your, just starting to get clients, and then you could go up to a few thousand per month. You just got to understand your clients. If it's a bank or a law firm, you'd want to charge more. If it's a local plumber, then you might want to do $200, $300, $400, $500 a month. You just got to gauge it, but don't get what you're worth. Most people, including myself, when they're beginning, they don't ask for what they're worth. So make sure you try to ask for what you're worth. But if you're just starting and you just want to get some experience, it's okay to charge just a little bit. You're kind of like it's kind of like an internship for you. So this is my 6-month local SEO domination plan. So please like the video if you like this video, obviously, and that would be greatly helpful. And whatever y'all like helps me determine what type of videos I'm going to do next. I do performance, I do SEO, I do WordPress, I do a little bit of crypto, I do security, etc., etc. So if there's anything you'd like me to do, let me know, and I'll try to do a video on that. I'm not going to get into too much detail on each one of these steps. I have videos on a lot of these, so you can go look at my library. And the ones that I don't have, I'm going to be rolling out, creating here in the next few months. It is a pretty new channel, so every like helps. And if you need local SEO help, just go to my website, norzer.me. It's not completely done yet, as you'll be able to see, but I do work with the local SEO. I do work with clients doing local SEO stuff and performance and security and Google Ads, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is month 1, and like I said, you could do this over a 12-month period if you want to do, just depending on how busy you are. So I'm going to go over each one of these steps. Do the initial monthly report, and I'm going to include links to this document and this monthly report in the description below. So there's all kinds of fancy monthly reports you can get using paid tools, and those are all well and good, and it lays things out. And I'm not really one to use paid tools because I think it's really a lot of fluff. If your customer's cool with this, what they want to see, what most of my clients, all of the clients that I've ever worked with, they're not concerned about fluff. They want to see, are my search rankings improving? Is my traffic improving? So this is just a spreadsheet I put together. Now, you don't have to do all these. Not all my clients want all these. I'm just giving you all these as options. And you can go here and click the link and update it to whatever, like for Bing right here. You need to go to your own Bing profile, right? So you do that. So moving along. So basically, you just want to track. You don't need to do this every week. I used to do it week to week, but it's overkill. You just want to track this once a month. Are my metrics improving? Is am I ranking higher in the search results, right? So this is just give you a good broad overview of if what you're doing is working, if what you are doing is actually working. I don't make any changes if results go down for a couple months, because they will fluctuate. If something's going down for 4 months, 3 to 4 months in a row, that's when I start getting worried. So just month to month, what's the SimilarWeb score, right? So SimilarWeb is just, this website. And a lot of these, they're not, none of this is 100%. Just go here, plug it in, and see what it thinks, what the ranking of your website is on the web. So this is the Alexa score. It's something similar, but for Alexa. So this is Google Analytics. How many Google Analytics users, sessions, bounce rate, pages per session. This is Google Search Console. This is Google Search Console clicks. So how many clicks are you actually getting from the search result? So if you're getting 12 that month, the next month you might get 24, so you're heading in the right direction, then 53, 52. Then 1 month you might go down to 32, and then to 28. But don't panic. A lot of that stuff will start coming back because it makes sense. Google's always displaying results in different orders to determine what users find valuable and what users don't find valuable. So that's clicks, impressions, click-through rate. Heck, I don't even know what that is. Average position, and this is backlinks. So how many backlinks? Backlinks are important. Sitemap stuff. This is coming from referring domains from SEMrush. So this is basically like backlink. It's just another way to get the metric. Backlinks from, this is the domain rating. I'm sorry. This is the backlinks. And this is Bing right here. Bing clicks. Same. So this is similar to Google Search Console, but it's coming from Bing. And you don't have to track this if you don't want to. This is just all the possible things. This is the Woo ranking score, domain authority, major trust, trust flow, Webuka. This is just an interesting website. You plug it in and it thinks this is the estimated dollar worth of your website. Now, obviously, it's not like accurate, but it's just interesting to see if it keeps increasing over time. Same thing, worth of web. So this is GT metric. So this is your performance score. Because what I've seen happen, if you're not testing your web performance month to month, your performance might have slowed down by 25%, but you may not be aware of it because you're not testing it. This is web page test scores. So just track these month to month. And this is the Google My Business stuff. Total from Google My Business, branded searches, how many Google My Business. So now it's called Google Business Profile. Right, so I should change this. How many people have gotten directions to your business from Google My Business? How many people have called you, messaged you, etc., etc.? And SERP rank 1, 2, 3 is basically, so let's say you're selling you're a plumber. So the keyword you'd want to do is plumber, and let's say you're in New York. Right? So this could be SERP 1. You could just put this right here if you wanted to. Let's say the other one is you want to rank for plumber, Brooklyn. Or whatever, it doesn't matter. And you just want to search for this, and where in the results do you come up? Let's say right now you're the 56th result. Then the next month you're the 52nd. Then you're the 63rd. Then you get a good jump to 43, right? So you just want to make sure all this is going in the right direction. That's essentially what all this is. So I'm going to go ahead and put this, and feel free to brand it however you want. Obviously, you can remove all my Norzer stuff. Do what you want with it. But my clients like it. I think it's very useful. It helps me understand what's going on. So I'll give that to you. Let me actually keep that there. So, a Bright Local audit. So Bright Local is a really cool local SEO tool. And what I do here, it is a paid tool. But what I like to do is you can use it free for, I think, 10 days without a credit card. I like to use it and then just run the audit and see what comes up. And those are, I can act on those action items. So go here, try for free. Right? And you don't have to do that, but that's something I like to do. Competitive analysis. I'm going to do a whole video on this, but that's something you want to do. Same with keyword research. You want to make sure if you're a plumber, you're also doing, what are other jobs plumbers do? Like, I can't even think, like snaking. You want to use the keyword snake, toilet, drain, or whatever. So all that kind of stuff, right? Check for keyword cannibalization. So you just want to make sure that if you have a page on, snaking toilets, you don't want to have a bunch of different landing pages for that. You want to make sure that's just you don't want a landing page for snaking toilets for kitchen sinks. And these are bad examples, I understand, but I'm just trying to speak through it off the top of my head. You don't want one for, maybe you do, but you get the idea. You don't want one for snaking drains in bathrooms, in another one for kitchens, another one for, offices, whatever. You generally just want to have one. That's not a perfect example because depending on things, maybe you do want separate ones. But basically, you just don't want to do keyword cannibalization. And I'll do a video on that eventually. Set up Google Business Profile. So a lot of clients that I work with, see what I do is how I find clients a lot of times is I'll Google like plumber near me. And I'll find ones that are ranking really, really low. And what I'll do is I'll do an audit for them, and I post a lot of my sample audits videos here on my YouTube channel. You can go do those, and I actually send them that. So I'm not just reaching out saying, hey, I can help you, call me. Nobody responds. But if you give them actually content where they can see how you can help them, there's a decent chance that they'll reach out to you because you can explain to them, in a video anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour and a half of how you can help them. So one example is I like to create corresponding for all the services in Google My Business or Google Business Profile. I like to have, I find it a must to have corresponding service pages, landing pages on my website. So I have actually, I don't know if I've done a video yet on setting up Google My Business Profile, but if not, I will. So that basically just get Google Business Profile set up however you want to. Set up Google Search Console. That should be pretty obvious, right? That's the dashboard for Google Search. Set up Bing Webmaster Tools. A lot of people don't think about Bing and these other search engines. I think what is Bing, like 10% of the search traffic? Because it's good because people will come here because they're bored. And or is it here? Plumber near me. Because it's easier to do that than go to google.com, right? Or Alexa actually uses Bing, right? And a lot of people have those Alexa devices. Set up Google Analytics, set up social media. So you don't have to do anything on social media. Just make sure you get the Facebook, the Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube, And what's the other one? What's that new? I can't even think of it. The one that everybody uses here. I'm going on my phone and looking. This is pretty strange. I can't remember it because I use it every so often. TikTok. Just get those profiles. Doesn't mean you have to use them, but just get those profiles, and then clean up content. So this basically means you want to go back and re-optimize the content, and also you want to just purge. Google takes the entire site into account when determining what to rank. So what you want to do is do a screaming frog test and look for content that's not getting any views. Right? If it's not getting any views, get rid of it or combine it into another piece of content to make that content better. Right? So that's what that is. And this is something I put 1 through 4, but this is something you could, depending on how much content they have, you could do this month after month for, years and years, or months, maybe years and years. So that's month 1, right? Month 2. Now you might be able to do all this in a week if you just have one client. So that this should just be like maybe step 1, step 2, whatever. Okay. Month 2, monthly report. So just go back and do that monthly report, and that's something you just want to deliver to your client. What's happening here? Okay, deliver to your client once a month. Optimize website speed. So I offer this as a service. If it's something you need help with, let me know. And if it's something you don't know what to do with, you can hire somebody like on Fiverr, Fiverr, and you can get somebody pretty cheap. Some people, they don't know what they're doing. So what I would do is hire 5 people at like $15 each for a website and see which one does the best, right? Just make sure they know what they're doing, and not trying to scam you. Then a security audit, and secure the website. So I do security stuff as well. I have a video I just uploaded, or I created it, and I think I'm waiting. I think it's scheduled. It's not out there yet. Basically, there's more to it. And actually, the next time I do a security audit, maybe I can't post those because it's kind of sensitive. I'll do a security audit on a dummy website, and I'll make a video of me going through my security audit so you can see the steps that I checked. If you want that, let me know. Put that in the comments. Let me know, and I'll get that up there. Okay, so what here? This is the plugin that I use, and it's a lot more than just a plugin. But this plugin is awesome, and one reason I really like it is, let me go to pricing. Okay. If you want to be respected and you don't want your clients to think you're just some freelancer that really doesn't know what they're doing, you need to offer them premium products, premium plugins. You don't want to use free security plugins. Now, I love iThemes Pro. Even if it wasn't this cheap, I still would use it, I think. So you can get the single license for $60 per year, which doesn't do you any good because that's just going to be on one website. For $140 per year, you can install this on unlimited websites. And like I said, actually, this video I'm doing here, I'm going to schedule this after I post my how to configure iThemes Security Pro video. So if you go on my videos, you'll find the one on how to configure iThemes Security Pro. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube that talk about configuring iThemes Security, the free version, but not the paid version. There's all kinds of stuff. File integrity checkers. It has 2-factor authentication built in. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. So this is, so basically just take the video that I did, learn all that stuff, and this is a step you can do. And you can offer this service, just securing a website for probably, however much you want to charge for it on, Fiverr or wherever you advertise your services at. Okay, so that's that. Set up Google Alerts for brands or products. Now, if it's a plumber, it may not matter, but you go to Google Alerts in here, and basically you put a keyword in. So let's say it's Joe's Plumbing Service, and you want Google, anytime Google sees that mentioned on the web anywhere, you're going to get an email alert for it. Now, why that's important is that maybe somebody's talking about you negatively in a newspaper article or something. So you want to stay on top of that and make sure if you're mentioned anywhere in the web, you're made aware of it. You can see all this stuff is free, right? Everything I do, most things I do are free, except, the 2 plugins and a few other things. Optimize internal website linking structure. This just means you want to make sure when you mention a service that you have in your content pieces or on your landing pages, you link back to those other service landing pages. It helps Google understand relationships between keywords. So if you have a service for, snake drain cleaning, anytime in one of your blog posts you mention snake drain cleaning, I don't even know if that's how you say it, using a snaking tool to clean a drain, snake drain cleaning, you want to link back to your snake drain cleaning landing page, because that's first of all, it helps people get there, and also it's a signal to Google. If somebody searches for snake drain cleaning, this is the important page on my website you want to send them to. You don't want to send them to this blog post. You want to send them to this landing page. Set up Bing Places. A lot of people don't think about Bing Places. So that's the equivalent of like Google Business Profile / Google My Business on Bing. Apple Maps. You want to be on Apple Maps. And then any niche citations, Yelp, Foursquare, then like if it's a lawyer, they would have those, like LegalZoom.com, well, not LegalZoom, but those lawyer directories, et cetera, et cetera. So create optimized landing pages for services. You can see this is a draft. You can see the watermark back here. It's always going to be draft because I'm always changing it. If you watch this video 3 months from now, it's going to be, it's going to be different. So this link to mentions of those services is just what I said, but you want to make sure you do the keyword optimization on everything, and this is the structure optimization, the intent optimization on all of the landing pages, right? So if if it's a plumber, you just don't want a main homepage. You need a landing page specifically for their services. This also is important for Google Ads, so the ad will be very relevant to that specific service. Set up downtime monitoring. So what I mean by this is that I had it open here, and I don't. So I just use Downtime Robot. Not Downtime, Uptime Robot. I use the free version. Now I'm getting to the point where I have a lot of clients, so I might want to get the paid version. Let me show you. Because right now you get a free, let me just show you this. Free plan, 5 minute checks, 5-minute checks, 50 monitors. So every 5 minutes it's just going to check to see if the website's up. If it's not, you're going to get an alert. So you can advertise that you're going to make sure their website's up. Now, do you want to say you're going to monitor, you'll be there 24/7? That's up to you. I don't advertise that. I say, I basically tell them I'm going to monitor it, and if it goes down, I will, I need, within 12 hours, within 6 hours, I'll respond. Within 24 hours, I'll have it back up. That's what I advertise. You could do whatever you're comfortable with. But they have a pro plan. You can see you can monitor 1,000 websites, right? 50 monitors. This is the one I'm thinking about doing. 10 to 100 monitors. You get a few extra features. But if you just have under 50 websites to check, this is perfect. And if you don't want to get the pro plan, all you need, let's say you have 51 monitors, get the free plan with one email address, and then sign up with another email address. It's a free service and it's great. It's not a big deal. It sounds a lot more advanced than it is. You're like, wow, they think, wow, you're monitoring my website. Well, you are, but you're just using a free tool for it. You're not don't have anything fancy set up at your office. Install Inspectlet and review sessions. So Inspectlet, again, this is another, you get 50 free per day. So you can see here, you install this you get 50 free sessions per day. I think I just said that. You install this little piece of JavaScript on your website. It's real lightweight, doesn't really maybe slows the website down like 2% or something. But you can actually see people how they're using your website. You see how this mouse is moving? In this video, this is a guy watching somebody fill out a form on his website. Right? Now he's going to this. Now he's watching somebody fill out this form on his website. You want to see how people are using your website. But more importantly, what you're going to start to see, not possibly, is the website might look broken for some people. And if you go up here, you can see the web browser they're using, Chrome on Mac. So then you want to go emulate that and test it. Because if your website's broken and people hit the back button, it makes sense. Google's going to think, for whatever reason, that's not the result those people wanted. So, and just, of course, not even from search engine purposes, just for purposes of having a good website, you don't want it to appear broken to people. So every Friday, what I do for my clients is I go and I watch a handful of these. I sit down for a few hours, watch about 15 to 20 for each client, and just see what's going on. See what people are doing, see if anything sticks out, right? Free tool, 50 sessions per day, per client. Create a review strategy. So this just helps people basically give them an email template, explain to them you need to send manual messages with something personal in them. If it's let's say you're a real estate agent, you get to know these people pretty well. You get to know maybe their dog's name or what college they went to. So in the review request email, you need to mention something personal. You don't want it to be just generic because a lot of people just ignore those. They're more prone to respond to things that are personal. So basically create the review strategy. And then clean up content. So that's 2 of 4. Monthly report, month 3. This is doing this again for the second month. Optimize one content piece. So content's really important. So a blog related to, and I have a whole website. It's called my Create and Conquer process on how to determine content you can rank for and actually how to create the content. There's a video here on it, I think. If not, it's going to be rolled out. I have it scheduled. I don't even know, honestly, to be honest with you. But just have a look and look for something called Create and Conquer. That describes my whole content creation process. So then run a Screaming Frog scan and optimize the titles, the meta descriptions, set up schema, optimize images for SEO, meaning make sure you have the proper keywords in the image names, the alt text, and then you resize them properly, compress them properly. I see so many websites. One of the biggest problems with performance is you have images that are like 1.2 meg. I can get all images down to like at least 200K. Right, so that's something you want to look at. Install live chat. In WordPress, there's a free chat called Tidio, Tido. You don't have all the features, but it's generally good enough. And live chat is very important. So I would install that. Put location information in the footer pages. That's when you put the map and you do, put the address and all that stuff. Then review and speculate sessions. This is something I continually do. Monthly report. This shouldn't be here. And then clean up content. 3 of 4. It's going to take you a few months to get through all this. Month 4, monthly report, create, optimize, went over this. Same thing here. Then if you want to start a Google Ads campaign, this is when you would do it. Because you want to make sure everything on your website's optimized before you create a Google Ads campaign. And this is something you advertise. Most people that do SEO stuff, they advertise, will handle your SEO and your Google Ads campaign. I don't have a video on Google Ads, but it is really good videos on Udemy, udemy.com. So really good, the master class or something. If you want it, if you want me to give you the link to it, I can't think of the name of it right now. Just send me. Well, you know what? Let me just go to it right here. Let me pause it. Okay, so this is where I learned most of my Google Ads stuff. It's a really good course. Right now, it's like $110. But if you with Udemy, things go on sale all the time. I bought it. I think it was for $20. And it's 25-hour class. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's a little dated now, unless I did it like 2 years ago, so I'm not sure if they've updated it. But you get the general idea, the general structure of how to do things. So, excuse me, that's that. Submit to international search engines. This is mainly for content purposes. The main two are Yandex in Russia and Baidu in China, and because that's just traffic opportunities that you're missing out on. Right? Not that somebody in Russia is going to hire you to be a plumber, but maybe you have some really good articles on how to do specific plumbing tasks. And the more traffic you get to the website, it's going to lead to more traffic, which is going to lead to more traffic, which is going to lead to more traffic. Okay, if they don't have an About Us, and more importantly, About Us is good, but why us? What most companies I work with fail to do is to describe on the homepage, up close to the top, and in a specific page, why us? What makes us different? Like, why should I use Joe the plumber versus Bob the plumber? There has to be something that makes you different. Whether it's you offer free insurance, whether it's 24-hour service, whether it's, use us 2 times, get a third one free, something like that. There has to be something that makes you unique. So right now, if you're bored, do dentist near me. Go to all 3 dentist websites. You can pause it right now and go if you want. Okay, maybe you went, maybe you didn't. But if you did, which one are you going to go to? They're all kind of the same thing, right? We're a dentist's office. We look really happy. We offer these services, but what makes them different? What if one said every client gets a $10 gift card to Amazon or something, right? Every new person, every new patient, whatever you want to call it, gets a $15 voucher to McDonald's or whatever it is. That's going to get me to go, right? So that's that. There's got to be something. And how you benefit the customer, not just what you have. So you just don't want to explain what you have, but how it does. And this doesn't make sense for all industries, but the service that you're offering, how does it benefit your customer? So when you watch commercials on toothpaste, it doesn't talk about the ingredients in the toothpaste and the science behind it, really. Maybe a little bit, but it talks about how having a white teeth is going to make you happy and be able to get all the the prettiest girls or whatever. That's what that means. Case studies and testimonials are really big. Can we add something? Testimonials, badges to the website. That just adds what's called social proof. I think that's the word. I haven't used that word in a long time, but it just shows that you're important and you know what you're doing. Add something unique. So if there's anything unique you can add to the website, this is where you'd want to do it. Fix remaining screaming frog. Let me see. Let me put this up here. Okay, so this is retitles. This. Let me pause it real quick. Okay, Screaming Frog scan. So these three, I just moved it around a little bit, are going to come from the results of the Screaming Frog scan. And I have a video on Screaming Frog for web performance purposes. And I kind of go over the very basics of this. Maybe I'll do a more detailed video. If you want that, let me know. Put that in the comments. Let me get rid of this too. It's kind of redundant. Okay, complete any remaining. Let me get rid. That's kind of obvious. And then do 20 more user Bob sessions. Oh, so do 20 user Bob sessions. So this is one paid tool that I use. This is really cool because what happens, you can pay as much as you want, but for a 1-minute session, it costs you $1, which is amazing to me. What it is you give somebody an instruction for your website. So you can say here, imagine you're interested in selling your apartment complex, not just an apartment. And here's the instructions I want to give visitors on my website. Give a really quick initial first assessment after about 15 seconds on the page, then do all this other stuff, right? And what you're going to get people visiting this page you're wanting to get information on, and you're going to get their thoughts out loud. Now, the videos I have expired, but these are notes that I took on, see, the video's not there anymore, on the session. So you can see them navigating the website, but they're also talking out loud as they do it. So this is something you want to do once a month, once every 3 months, whatever. You want to get constant feedback on what people like and what people don't like about your website. And it's totally random. So it's not all people from your area, but it's people from all over the world. So it's really useful. If you don't know what people think of your product, service, or website, then you might as well just, I shouldn't say just do something else, but honestly, you might, because you need to get this constant feedback. Monthly report, and then clean up content. And then month 5, a lot of times, I shouldn't say most times, this is going to spill over to a couple more months, right? So month 5, monthly report again, keep finishing up, monthly reports, month 6, monthly report finished, then ongoing, these are some ongoing things. Blog posts, Google My Business posts, Google My Business photos, keep getting reviews, social media posts, keep WordPress up to date and secure. So these are things you would offer. This is what's going to make, after these initial 6 months, this is how you're going to keep your clients around. Now you could, if you don't want to do all this stuff, you could just keep yourself on a retainer and say, I'm going to monitor your website for performance. I'm going to monitor your website for security, even though the plugin's doing it, but they don't really need to know that because you do have to do some manual stuff. I'm going to monitor to make sure it stays up. I'm going to keep the plugins up to date. So even if you don't want to proactively constantly add photos and posts and stuff like that, you could offer those. And hopefully by now, they're starting to see results. Usually after the 3rd month, you're starting to see results. So they're a lot more likely to keep you around. And you may have to do a cheaper rate, like $300 a month or whatever it is for you, right? And the more you do this, the more you'll learn how much you can charge and how much time a lot of this stuff's going to take. And let's say you're charging $300 a month, but this is taking you way too much time. You can reach out to the client and say, I'm going to have to up my rates to $500 a month. And if you decide you don't want to do it, no hard feelings, but it's just with inflation and everything that's going on, it's just everything's just going up. So keep with the defense, backlink building. So these are just ways to get backlinks. Teach classes at a trade school, trade organization. So I'm not a big backlink builder. My philosophy is the best way to get backlinks is to create content that people like to share. And in my audits, I have, when you go look at my my videos, I don't know if I have sometimes I have these full SEO audits that sometimes can go on for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And I go over a lot of link building stuff, right? That's that. Room and specular sessions, reviews or Bob sessions, and keep doing Google ads. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you found this useful. Please, I really would appreciate the like button, the subscribe. If you like videos on performance, security, WordPress, SEO, a little bit of crypto, and I think that's it. Do a little bit of Linux, stuff like that. But if you like this, hit the like button. If there's any topic you'd like me to cover, let me know. You can feel free to reach out to me. I enjoy doing these. And we're right at 30 minutes, and that's about how long I thought it would take. And if you need help with SEO services, you can always visit my agency website at norzer.me. We're new. I've been doing freelance stuff for a while, but I'm trying to put it under a actual company name, not just freelance from word of mouth and what's the website? Freelancer.com, blah, 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 blah. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you need any help, and have a good one.